Today, we're going to talk about the secret to being successful. One secret. Now, there's a ton of secrets, but the one secret that I want to talk about today is to stay away from negativity. And that might mean staying away from negative people. So, have you heard people who are constantly just complaining or negative or bitter? We all get those days. We all have those times where we are negative, we are complaining, it's just awful and things happen. But when somebody has created a habit of this, a lifestyle of this, then they are going to tear you down. They are going to actually pull you down to where you can't be successful. And here's what I mean by that. One of the things that I'm really a proponent of is that you can only achieve your dreams up to the point that you believe them. And it's a different way of saying it, but basically is if you cannot believe it in your mind and you don't know that you can be successful, you won't be successful. You can only produce up to the point that you believe that you can. So if I want to run a race and I think, oh gosh, I'm not in shape. I don't have a great body. My muscles are tired and old. I just can't do it. I might be able to run a mile. I might be able to run a 5K, but I can't do anything more than that. If that is my thinking, that is my belief, then guess what I'm going to actually be able to do and not able to do? Do you think that I can get out there and run a full marathon? If I think, oh gosh, well, the 5K is going to be probably as much as I push it. No, I can't push my ability or my production beyond what I believe in my mind. And so when you are around negative people, when you are around people who are just complaining and tearing you down, then guess what you're going to start believing? Whether you believe it at the beginning or not, that is a different story. But the more you hear it, the more you hear that negativity, the more you hear the complaining, the more you hear the bitterness, you're going to start to subconsciously believe it and then start consciously believing it. And you're like, yeah, you know what? Gosh, we're going to hell in a handbasket, or, our country's going down the drain, or the dog is always barking and complaining at me and I can't seem to train it right, or these dishes just keep piling up and I just can't get ahead of my chores, or I'm not good at sales, so there's no way that I can make a bunch of money. I can't start a business. I'm not an entrepreneur. Like all of these things, they start happening in our heads and we start believing them. And you can only produce to the capability of what you believe. We'll get back to the episode in just a second, but we wanted to give you a gift just for being here today. Thank you so much. We've got a 3-part video workshop absolutely free for you. This workshop is designed to help you get organized with your money so that you can give yourself a 10% raise. When you give yourself a 10% raise, you are going to have more money. And when you have more money, we will show you exactly what to do with that money so that you can get on the path to financial freedom and start living your life, your ideal life today. You're going to learn how to get out of debt. You're going to learn how to save money. You're going to learn how to free up money so that you can invest for your future. If you're unfulfilled with life, whether it be at work, in your personal life, or with your money, then this is the workshop for you. Visit sentinelcoaching.com/raise. That's sentinelcoaching.com/raise, or click the link in the description. Now, back to the episode. So it starts with your belief system. And that doesn't mean this Pollyanna, like, I believe I can fly, and then you're going to fly. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about true belief and then working toward having that persistence in order to achieve the things that you want to do. So when it comes to life, when it comes to finance, when it comes to career, we have to start doing that talk in our heads of successful thinking, meaning, okay, maybe I'm not good with my money. Maybe I'm not good with numbers and math and all those things. But instead of saying I'm not good with them, start changing our minds and our language to say, you know what? I'm actually getting better. Or I'm going to put the work in to learn what I need to learn. I need to learn about that spreadsheet, how to work that spreadsheet, how to do this addition, subtraction, division, calculations, Maybe I need to take a course in finance. Maybe I need to get a coach. Maybe I need to start doing a budget and start figuring out what I'm spending and what the income is. Or maybe I need to start reading more books and listening to more audio programs on how to manage my money, or how to start living my ideal life, or how to start a career. All of these things start with this belief system in what you can or can't do. And that's why I say the secret is to stay away from the negativity, because that negativity will pull you down. So in lifeguarding school, I never was a lifeguard, but I do know this. In lifeguarding school, and lifeguards, sometimes if somebody is drowning and they're out going out to save them, sometimes if they're flailing, the victim is flailing about, and the lifeguard will know that that's a dangerous situation for them, because what will happen is if the lifeguard is trying to save them, the panic that's in the victim will cause them to not be able to be saved, and they'll start actually grabbing at the lifeguard and actually pulling them down. So even though the lifeguard is a way better swimmer, most likely, they're trained for this, they know what's going on, sometimes the lifeguard will have to knock out the victim, or at least disable them, so that they don't pull the lifeguard down and drown both of them. And that's what happens when this negativity comes into our lives, is people will just start flailing about with their words, their thoughts, and drag us down. And that's not what is going to cause success. What's going to cause success is the positivity. So surround yourself with people that are telling you positive things, that are encouraging you, that are loving you, that are caring for you, instead of the opposite. And here's the last thing. It could be you. It could be you that's the one who's dragging yourself down. The negative self-talk. And that is something that I know all too well. When you have this negative self-talk, this criticism, this condemnation inside of your brain all day, every day, guess what you're going to start believing? Even if you don't believe it right now, your subconscious is telling you, or you might just be like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm really not that great. I'm not that great. I'm not that great. You know how many times if you tell yourself, I'm not great, I don't belong, I'm not loved, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm horrible with math, I can't get a job, life is just keeps punching me in the face. Like, if you tell yourself this all of the time, you keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, guess what you're going to start believing? You're going to believe that exact voice. So we need to train ourselves to get rid of that voice, to try and extricate that voice from our brains. And how do we do that? We replace it. So the best way to change a habit, a bad habit to a good habit, is not actually to say, okay, well, we need to get rid of this habit no matter what. You actually have to have something to replace it. That's the fastest way, is you have to replace the bad habit with the good habit. And if you just replace it, then the draw to go back to the bad habit, the negative thoughts, all of the condemnation goes away, because it's already full. You're filling yourself, or you're filling that little bucket, that mind bucket, with positivity instead of negativity. So there's no room for the negativity to come back. Now, it will try, but when you keep filling it with that positivity, the negativity will just go away eventually. And that doesn't mean that you won't have bad days. It doesn't mean that you'll never have that thought again. But when you replace it with that good stuff, you're going to start thinking, wow, okay, I am getting better. I am getting better. And it doesn't mean I'm the best. I'm the best, right? It's not anything like that. It's I'm getting better at this thing. I'm understanding this more. I can start a business. I can make more money. I can get a job. Like, all of these things. And then you'll be like, hey, I got some wins. And then celebrate those wins. And you will reach that success. So I sat here for a reason. You probably have seen this. But when it says be yourself, everyone else is taken, that is one of the keys, is you need to be yourself, because everybody else is taken. And I love that phrase, because what we try to do is we compare ourselves to everybody else. I'm not like so-and-so. I'm not the smartest one in the room. I need to be more like that person. I need to be more like my brother, my sister, my parents, my aunts, my uncles, the celebrity, the sports athlete. Like, I need to be more like them. No, you don't. Be more like you. Be more like the person that you were designed to be, and be the best version of that. That is your true achievement. All right. So get rid of all that negative talk by replacing it with that positive talk. Get rid of all of the negative influence in your lives if you've got it. Notice it and then get rid of it. All right. See you next time.